Hello, Cancer. This is your bi-weekly forecast for the week of September 5th through 11th, my birthday, and the week of September 12th through the 18th, 2016. And remember, this is just a general horoscope for all the Cancers in the world, so if you do want a personal reading from me, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. You can always follow the link below. Or if you have been trying to get a hold of me, I've noticed some people have been having a hard time because some people will go and do Google searches and things like that from their phones, and there was an error with that. I fixed that problem, so if you've been trying to schedule a reading, you can now. And remember, you always schedule your session during checkout. And for those of you who are curious about how this is going to go, this is going to have astrology and cards, okay? But the astrology is going to come first, and then the cards are going to come next. So if you resonate more with astrology, you can watch the astrology, and that's all. If you resonate with more of the cards, feel free to skip ahead to the cards, but everyone gets to see what they want to see. So let's get started with your bi-weekly forecast with the astrology segment first. All right, so from the 5th through the 11th, all right, we've got Jupiter moving into your 4th house of home and family. And, you know, Cancer, this is kind of a very promising aspect for those of you who, you know, over the next year, it's going to be here all the way up until October 2017, who have been looking to finally maybe purchase that dream home or get your first home or get your home life in order. Jupiter in the 4th house is also a great time for expansion of the home environment. If you are looking to maybe get a new pet, have a child, move people in with you, live with family, get new roommates. This is also a time where home business operations are going to be thriving for a lot of you. So this begins a glorious year on the home front for a lot of Cancer people. Remember, this is going to be with you all the way up until October 2017. So from the September 9th, it's just the beginning. We've also got this week Saturn forming a tense square to Neptune for the final time. Saturn squared Neptune several times this year already, but it's the last time. Thank goodness. And this is going to be between your 6th house of routine and your 9th house of higher education, higher learning, higher spiritual practices, and things like that. And this square has a lot to do with pressures involving your work experience, your vocational training, your technical training, and this may actually prove to be a situation that, you know, sort of asks you or begs you, Cancer, to consider. Maybe a lot of you are thinking about going and updating your resume by going back to school, getting a new certification. There may be some news about a promotion or a new job opportunity that you really want that would require it. This can also indicate, however, good news for those of you who are in school or you're already doing training, because this can indicate that some of you may have an opportunity to begin work in your chosen field before you complete your education. So those negotiations and that pressure can always have good news involved as well. From the 12th to the 18th, we've got a lunar eclipse, full moon, falling in your 9th house. And this could indicate good news as far as an opportunity for travel. Now, yes, we do have Mercury retrograde right now in your 3rd house of communications. We'll talk about that in a sec. But this could indicate an opportunity coming up over the next few months to finally make a major shift for travel or for work. If you're looking to work abroad, if you work online, if you are looking to perhaps even get some kind of residency program, or maybe even start doing business in marketing, this eclipse is going to create a very profitable and very, very supportive next 3 months for you. One of the things, though, I will say with this eclipse is that we may also end up needing to consider moving away from a contract or an arrangement that we have with an existing business entity or educational entity that is taking too long or not giving us the right resources we need for what we're going to do next. We also have this week Mercury, again, currently retrograde in your 3rd house of communications, forming a square to Mars in your 6th house of work and reputation. Let's start with the good news. Good news. This is definitely going to be a very profitable week. A lot of extra money is going to be coming your way. Rough news is that work can get in the way of work. Things are going to be piling up. With Mercury retrograde in the third house, it's very easy to double book ourselves. It's easy for us to, be late for things. It's easy for us to lose track of our schedule. And it's also easy for contracts, promises, and agreements to become way too fluid to be considered contracts and agreements anymore. So be careful you are not going around in circles too much with people, but enjoy the fact that this will actually have at least a lucrative payoff. So let's get started here with your cards for the week. For your spiritual advice for your the 5th through the 11th, we'll do that week first, of course. We've got the card of the Green Witch. And this is talking about a need for clean slates, starting off on a clean slate, giving yourself a clean slate, and giving others clean slates this week. And you may not necessarily be feeling willing or able to do either in the beginning of the week because of this eclipse and this square, but starting fresh is definitely going to require this. And it's basically saying the fresh start is the right start this week. So make sure that we make time to actually work on more fresh starts as opposed to try and start old business up again, whether it's personal business, family business, or work business, because it's the brand new platform that's going to be the most fertile. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the card of the Wheel of Fortune. Again, unexpected windfalls and good news will be coming your way through inconsistency. This could be a brand new contract that proves to be way more overpaid than you could have expected. And there could actually be some opportunities coming your way where extra money seems to be just kind of falling out of the sky. Be prepared to allow these things to happen, but also at the same time with the Wheel of Fortune, stay flexible. There may be some unexpected demands or alterations to your existing plans or what you feel like you are comfortable doing or available to do, but again, it's sort of like heeding the call to go on this Grail quest, but there will be a Grail at the end of the quest. We're not hunting for nothing. But again, there's going to be chance opportunities that show up that, again, have unexpected payoffs, almost like side quests in an RPG. For your communications with air, when it comes to messages you get from others, we've got the Three of Swords inverted. And this card really does speak to that Green Witch card, I think, because it talks a lot about people trying to make peace, even though maybe we're not all ready to make peace. Okay, the Three of Swords inverted can be a card that talks about a coat of whitewash that's not necessarily going to solve the whole problem. However, in the interest of giving people clean slates, maybe we can't work or solve this issue right now, and what's more important is the peace. This could be a fight that you've been having with a friend or a relative, and giving each other clean slates at this point in time may actually be more important than, again, trying to hammer final nails in the coffin. So this week we definitely want to be okay with being that flexible. For your love life and your romantic life, when it comes to, the romance for you who are single and you who are coupled, we do have the card of the Queen of Wands inverted. And this card can indicate that there could be some problems with some high maintenance tempers or tempers flaring in relationships. And a lot of this has to do with the Queen of Wands reverse being a card that takes things too personally. Sometimes when you get the Queen of Wands inverted, it can show up where it's almost like a person can hang on just one word and throw away an entire conversation. It's kind of like, well, I'm not done being upset about that one phrase. And this could be your partner, this could be you, or this could be somebody new. This doesn't have to be a bad relationship week, but I think that what's happening again is that these miscommunications and people taking things too personally, we need to be more ginger, okay? Sometimes people can't handle tough love, some people can't handle frankness, and we don't have to be frank all the time, we don't have to be blunt all the time. To maintain the peace this week when it comes to love, make sure that, again, we're minding the fact that where people may or may not be more insecure, than they should. So moving on to the 12th to the 18th, we do have the card of the Hedge Witch. And the Hedge Witch talks all about what do you do with private information and with secrets, Cancer, okay? You're going to have a lot of secrets, a lot of information that is meant to be hidden, confided in you this week. And this could be good news for you. This could give you some advantages over maybe a problem that you've been having. This could be something that allows you to see more about where another person is coming from. But the important thing with the hedge witch is to understand that even though you know the secret doesn't mean you need to go shouting it from the rooftops. We don't need to act on this just yet, but this is an affirmation you do need. For your finances and your work life for the week of the 12th to the 18th, we do have the Judgment card upright, and this does indicate some kind of test or opportunity to promote yourself, or to even get a higher pay raise, or to renegotiate your benefits, or possibly even just kind of test or evaluate or interview into a new job is going to go swimmingly this week. Mercury retrograde be damned. In fact, with the Judgment card upright, this does indicate heeding the call, allowing yourself to kind of, thrive under that pressure is going to have an unexpected reward for you. So, I mean, it looks like if you do have any tests to take, even though Mercury is retrograde, you're going to do just fine. We do have, for your communications and your messages, we do have the Two of Pentacles upright. And this is kind of where, again, we're seeing a lot of the astrology and the cards related, because this is talking about somebody asking you to help them take on a burden that they cannot multitask anymore. This could be something that you are already ready for, so maybe you want to keep yourself flexible. This may be a situation where you're trying to, balance way too many priorities at once, and it does mean that you don't want to take on an extra thing where you can't, okay? So try not to be the Good Samaritan too much this week. You may find yourself in a situation where if you're juggling too many balls, you may drop them all, but be sure to hear somebody out. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Two of Wands inverted. And again, we've got more issues with communications going on. And this, a lot of the time, has to do with, again, very similar to that Queen of Wands inverted, because when you get Wands inverted, you're kind of seeing people who are hearing one thing, but they're listening to another. And that's kind of the issue. Okay, whether it's hanging on every word, whether it's not hanging on enough words, you may be finding yourself in a situation where you're accidentally leading somebody on if you're not interested in somebody, so make sure that you're extra careful about that, Cancer. But also at the same time, with the Two of Wands inverted, we may be noticing that you are not getting through to a partner, or a partner's not getting through to you. And the Two of Wands reversed is kind of interesting because it's actually saying that we're both saying the same thing, but, because there's an issue with either listening or hearing, we're getting the wrong message. Something is lost in translation here. Funny enough, it's good stuff that's lost in translation this second week, so hopefully we can get past all of that. So that is your forecast, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.